Welcome to 7 o'clock on a Monday, you guys. We are back. Drinks the day after. We are ready to get in this yard, sit down, and talk about everything that we did while we was gone, and to catch up with what's been going on since we've been gone. Hey, darling, how you doing?
Hey, Bubbles. I had a great holiday. How was yours?
It was fabulous. I'm sitting here looking at all of these comments. It looks like everybody has been patiently waiting and they ready to go. Electra Storm and Steven, Vicky, Orange is the new black, Louisa. It's our regular crew. Everybody.
How y'all doing? We hope y'all holidays was as good as ours.
Girl, I put folks to sleep. I put folks to sleep that wasn't even at my house. I sent my mama home with leftovers. The neighbor taking a nap right now.
Amen to that. Oh, yes, the eating, the sleeping, the cycle. But now it's time to get back to. I honestly need a job that lets me be off from like Thanksgiving to Christmas.
Well, if you plan your off time just right, you can pull that off. You can't take no off time the whole year, but you can pull it off because I did it last year. Actually, to be honest, I had to take some personal time off to do some stuff last year, and so I just the beginning of November, I was out from November until January. And so, yeah, and it was nice. And I was able to breathe and to think clearly and put my life back on track. Let me tell you something that they will not tell you. And you guys can believe me if you want to or not, but this is going to be the best advice that I ever gave somebody in their entire life. If your company allows FMLA sick leave, it's unpaid unless you have long-term disability, short-term disability, and then you also want to pay for supplemental insurance because something like a Aflac or Colonial that will pay the extra from what the insurance doesn't pay. You are entitled to 12 weeks of FMLA. You can use that whether you having a baby or you having a motherfucking mental breakdown. If you feel like life is too stressful and you need a break, but you can't quit your job, but you need some significant time off, find yourself a therapist. Find yourself a therapist, talk to your therapist, and get all of your issues documented. Find a therapist that supports you. My therapist is my ride or die. Once you have established yourself with your therapist and you have your issues established, then you can file for your FMLA. And when you file for your FMLA, you get 12 weeks. Well, check what it says in your employee handbook. My employee handbook said 12 weeks. So I took 12 weeks off to just sit and collect myself and think about my life and what I'm trying to do with my life and where I'm going. But people don't take the benefit of that because they think FMLA is only for when you're
pregnant and having a baby.
Or you done been in an accident.
Oh no, that's for everything. It's for everything under the sun.
Or something like that. That's not the case. If you need a break because life is too hard, if you need a break because you don't know if you even like your job anymore, you feel stuck in a rut and that's crushing you mentally, you have every right to use those 12 weeks of FMLA. Your employer is paying for long-term disability. In many cases, you're getting this benefit, you're not even paying for it. And if you get short-term disability and you have to pay for that, do it. It's pennies. It's pennies on the dollars for you to have short-term disability insurance. Get your short-term disability insurance in place and then get something else for supplemental like Aflac. Colonial Life also has policies, but read the exclusions because there's some things that they won't cover. But I had to fight those people because, ma'am, yeah, I can't work, so you're going to have to give me my money. And I think I got paid fully on both sides of it after I had to fight people. But you have every right to take those 12 weeks are just as much as yours as them damn 40 hours of personal time that they give you. It's the same as the vacation time that they make you earn. But this is 12 weeks that they have to give you. Look in your employee handbook and familiarize yourself with that. Don't be sitting here at your office hating yourself and hating your life and hating the drive-in every morning. Take some time off. It's 12 weeks. You can change your life in 12 weeks. You can take a Salesforce course in 8 weeks and have a job making $100,000 a year by the end of that year. So take that time and rediscover yourself. Find out what you want to do.
That's not bad advice, Bubbles.
Girl,
right.
why? How do you think I'm in the position where I'm getting ready to quit my job? I had to do a restart. I had to reset myself as an adult because I'm sitting here in a position where I don't like my life. I don't have no hobbies. I have friends, but they're all over the place. And because of COVID, I don't really go out that much anymore. So I was just really feeling pretty crappy. And I talked to my therapist and I was like, I just need time off to just like think about my life and decide what I'm going to do with it. And I don't feel like I can do that and work at the same time. And we talked about it and we worked out a plan. So if you're having a hard time, do that. That's in your employee handbook. You can
have
do
to
that.
get the positions though that is going to comply. And see, this is the tone you take. Those damn doctors and physicians and all them, they work for you. There's no, can I get mealy mouth? No. I had to tell my physician when I first started taking FMLA, probably a decade ago. No, I'm sorry, you don't understand my job. So you can tell me that I had migraines at the time. That no, it's just a migraine. You don't have to be off. No, I do have to be off from my job because my job I can't sleep. I have to be on 10. I actually have to be on 11 for all the damn 10 hours. I have to be there. I can't slip. I can't have a bad day. If I have a bad day, that can cost me money and raises, all that. No, I have to have the time off. If you can't give me the time off, I go find a doctor that will write these papers, and they will write the damn papers.
Amen to that.
Period. And Bubbles, I take and listen, Bubs, not just once. I use my 12 weeks every fucking year. I've been there 20 years. And once I got up on game, game ain't been stopping me.
Listen, ma'am, I just got on game last year because, like I said, I was talking to my therapist and I was like, I'm fixing to run away from home because I feel like I need a restart and I don't even know how I'm going to live because if I run away from home, I'm not going to have a job. And she was like, have you thought about taking a leave of absence? And I was like, well, ain't nobody get paid on no leave of absence. And she was like, baby, that's what FMLA is for. And the light bulb went off and I was like, God damn it. She's absolutely right.
And all you have to do is work for your employer at least 1 year. So, Bubbles, if you change your jobs after you've worked there for your year, as long as you still seeing your therapist, you can have open FMLA where it's intermittent, where you can take your time either all at once or
whenever you need it.
I told my doctor I needed to work part-time, basically. I basically needed to work part-time. So we worked it up. Well, we chopped it up. We're okay. This is how much time. Okay. That's what you go. You good? I'm good. And that's what we do.
I'm not ever, if everything goes to plan, I'm not ever working for anybody else again. I've started my own business. Christmas is already locked and set. I've already earned the money for Christmas. I'm not fixing to go back to working for somebody else and sitting in the building, elbows to assholes to people who cough and sneeze and don't cover their mouths. And
right.
I'm not even for 1 day a week. I've been telling y'all this for a month. January comes, I'm not going back into that office.
Right.
Win, lose, or draw, sink or swim. I'm working for myself. And if it ends up where I have to sell my house and buy an RV and live in a Walmart parking lot, then that's what the fuck is fixing to happen comes January the 18th. They pushed our go back to work date. They want us to come back to the office on the 11th, and now they're saying the 18th. So I have at least until the 18th to tell them, but they should know I'm not coming back because I've already told them. I've already told them. You sit here talking about you want to follow up. You want to follow up on me telling you that I'm not driving.
Yep. You know why?
I'm not
Because
doing
you're not the only one, babes. Because there have been many have dropped from my employer too about the same business. This is the thing. You can't tell me that I need to be at the office working when I've been working from home for 3 years.
Thank you. That's
Exactly.
and my
And
work.
that's not and listen, I'm gonna take that a step further. Um, since I do have 20 years in and I got a good little setup, I might push it out. But if not, I will file for unemployment and say, listen, they changed the rules on me. Literally, they changed the whole situation. Now it's not the same setup. I will push it to the door and I fight it to the end. But I wouldn't do it for unemployment. It's too cheap. I keep the job first, but I'm to the point where I'm with you, Bubbles. There's some shit I'm not gonna do anymore at my age. You know why? Life is short. My
Right.
last supervisor just died of a massive heart attack. That man is my age. He's 50. He was 50.
Oh goodness, that's young.
I will
You
be
one
50 in a week, and he's
I'm
dead.
I'm gonna do you one better. My friend's husband back in March of this year, I think it was. I think it was March. He's younger than me. She's she's my sister's age. So she's just about 40, 42 maybe. They in their 40s, very young 40s, not on the
Yep.
knocking on 50 like her. Girl, he had a heart attack at work and died.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. This is what you know why? And guess what? A lot of people died. They got their jobs. You know why?
Yeah, every
Because
day.
because we human, we can only take so much before we
And these
break
jobs will
mentally and
replace you the
physically.
next day. Okay,
That they
so
don't give a
it's
shit.
not worth
They
it.
don't
They
care.
do not
That's
care.
right. They don't. And that's how come they keep doing this follows up. You know why, Bubbles? Because they tracking everybody that's gonna fall off like a fly whenever, because they gonna gear up that training class so that they can replace y'all ass. That's it.
Well, you
I
know
thought
what? They can do whatever they want because I'm not even gonna fight it. I told my therapist if they ask if what kind of reasonable accommodation would make me stay, they're not even gonna want to accept it because the first part of my reasonable accommodation is that y'all leave me alone at this house and I don't have to come into the office. The
that's
second
right.
half is if I do come into this office, I need a training room set up and I need to train this customer service team to find this stuff themselves because I'm not a fidget. And you're using me to be a fidget. And I would rather, if I'm going to come in the office, I want to come because I'm learning something new, not because I'm coming to sit in the office and stare at the walls for 5 hours.
And do grunt work.
Right. And I'm not going to do that. So no, and no, I don't have to keep you in the loop about what I'm doing. When I get ready to tell you what I'm gonna do, that's what I'm gonna tell you, and not a minute sooner and not a minute later. My boss said that he's not coming back to the office either, but I know he's just talking out his mouth because he doing a remodel of his house. My house is fine like it is. I don't need to spend no money on nothing. I just need to exist.
Listen, our YouTube is in there, basically raising the roof, saying the same thing. At our age, as we approaching, and we seeing these young, healthy people. I mean, you couldn't tell me literally that man. When my supervisor said, "I'm sorry, I'm not feeling good," but I lost a friend over the weekend, over the holiday weekend. I'm like, bummer, that sucks. It's like I tell y'all about it after my shift. I'm like, why? I don't want to hear about it. I didn't say that, but I'm thinking, why? I don't want to hear about it. I'm sad just knowing you sad. But then when he sent the email and showed the picture of my last supervisor, I'm just like, what the hell?
Like I know that.
He's young, thin, looks like he's in pretty decent shape. You know, he's a spiritual man. He don't smoke. He don't drink. I mean, what the I mean, if he ain't have a chance and all the I do, I'm trying to enjoy the rest of my life. And if
Amen to that.
If I got a home too. I got 2 extra rooms. I decided shit. I ain't gonna babysit no pets, but I might take on a boarder or two. Rent out one of these rooms. I'm not gonna work my fingers. I'm not gonna work myself to death. I don't want to die at a place I hate doing.
Thank you. That's my whole point.
Yes, because that's the most depressing thing in the universe. Whew.
That's my whole
Yes.
point. That's my whole
Yes.
point.
Well, before we get too far afield, it's 7:14 and we ain't even touched no soap yet because we talking about life.
Because I missed y'all. I missed you, Darlene.
I missed y'all too.
That's
Darlene,
what
I
trying to
missed
catch
you particularly because I didn't see you on Twitter much. So that meant you had a fantastic Thanksgiving holiday, didn't you?
Oh, absolutely. I was busy up to my nose in cooking, not baking, but cooking and negotiating because I don't bake the pies. My mother does that. So we kind of have to come to this understanding. She'll bake the desserts, but I have to take care of the more substantive things like the dressing and the macaronis and whatnot. And once we negotiate it out, everybody is happy.
Okay. So I like it. I like it. Half of the battle is the negotiation. And then once the negotiation is made, everybody goes to their corner and gets it done.
Exactly. And I'm one of those people who in my pot. Who in there? What you doing? What you digging for? Nah, don't be
Right.
fishing for shrimp out my gumbo. Fix a bowl straight.
Girl, my mama kept coming in my kitchen. What you putting in there? You need me to help you with something? No, these my recipes. Go sit down. Like this, I don't have time to tell you how to make this the way I want it to be made. Just go put your feet up and watch TV or something. Like,
Child, ain't it something? When the tables turn, that's what my kids tell me when I'm getting on their nerves. Go sit down. The tables turn. Like I remember when I used to tell my kids to go sit down somewhere. Now they telling me to go sit down.
for real though, like you under my feet. You are in here in this kitchen under my feet. I'm trying to move around and finesse these pots and pans, and you just standing in one place, ma'am. You
Did
know
you
what?
move? You all in the way.
I'm gonna put the camera in the kitchen, and I'm gonna put the camera app on your phone, and you can sit here and watch me on your phone in this kitchen instead of standing here trying to. And I love my mama, but I ain't need her help for Thanksgiving. That was supposed to be me making dinner for them. My
Mhm.
sister understood the assignment, honey. When I said I was making dinner, and I was like, "So what you gonna bring? What you making to bring to dinner?" She said, "I'm making my way to your house and bringing my appetite."
Oh, so she rolled like me.
That's exactly what she said. I'm making my way to
Attending.
your house, and I'm bringing my appetite. And that's what she.
Ma'am, I'm attending. I'm not bringing no food. I'm just showing up.
Right?
I was sending her little simple recipes like bacon Parmesan crackers. It's literally just crackers, and you wrap them in bacon and shake Parmesan cheese on them and bake it in the oven. That's it. She said, "No, I think I'll just be bringing my appetite." Somebody
Mm.
has a audio issue. It sounds like
It's me. I'm gonna
it
go
is.
out and come back in. I was gonna say that I'm going out and come back in. It's me.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then when she comes back, we got to get on these stories, child, because let me tell
Yes.
you,
So who we kicking off with though? Because been the bomb, and why and all ain't been nothing to seize at neither.
well, I know Sam is probably going to want to start with days. I don't have a
We
preference
can.
because I was not that excited about General Hospital today. You know, they didn't show nothing over the break. Days is really the only one we can get excited about because they had stuff going on over the break.
Yes, they really. That was such a well. That I don't know who made the decision that days would be full tilt into the holiday season, but it was a well thought out decision. It was a very smartly timed one, and my hats off to Cora Day and them for making that choice because when everybody else didn't have a damn thing to offer you, they sure did.
Days offered us so much. I was full like I had ate the whole turkey.
Okay.
I
Well, we
was,
can start off with Days one. I think Sanchez might be out tonight, but we can definitely start with Days as soon as Sam gets herself back up in here.
yeah, we're gonna give her another minute or two. General Hospital, I'm gonna go and start with them because not a whole
Mhm.
lot happened, and I don't think Sam is gonna care too much. Um,
Okay, go ahead, bust it down for me.
I don't even know what happened because I was so out of it. Like today, I know Esme was on today. She and Ryan, these people got the shining on General Hospital because Ryan's orderly, this black man that's the one that translates for him. How the hell he know what Ryan be saying? He's in the chair staring into space. Am I missing something? Um,
No, I don't think so.
YouTube General Hospital watchers, y'all let me know if I'm missing something. So he was talking to Ava today because they told Ava, we trying to find Esme. We just shook everything down, and we, ain't but one other person for us to talk to. And we was wondering if you would help us. And Ava's like, oh yeah, right on. Who y'all need to talk to? And they were like, Ryan. And she was like, shit, I don't fuck. I mean, damn. But she went on ahead and talked to Ryan. And so she's sitting there talking to him. And the black man who was his orderly assistant, I don't know, personal guide person, Ryan is just sitting there staring. And the man is sitting there like having a whole conversation with Ava. Ryan says he's more than happy to help his beloved Ava in any way possible. I'm like, what the?
What? Was he blinking? Was he blinking hard or something?
That's what I said. What in the Morse code is going on over here? He ain't tapped on shit. Tito Salamanco had that damn bell. He was ringing. Ryan is just sitting in this chair, and this man is sitting there reading his thoughts. So I'm like, this fucking weirdest thing I've ever seen. Then Esme is locked in the room, and she's talking to Ryan in her head too. And I was like, either she's then flipped the script like Ava, and she's imagining that she's talking to Ryan, or they got the damn Shining, and she's sitting here having a telepathic conversation with Ryan motherfucking Chamberlain.
Yes, indeed. So apparently, so even though Port Charles was canceled many years ago, apparently some of its antecedents ended up on General Hospital's Port Charles.
I'm gonna have to get some of it because they was sitting there and like she was in the room with Ryan, but it was all telepathic, and she was talking to him about, well, this was after Elizabeth left. Elizabeth says she's gonna come every other day until Esme goes into labor. She ain't gonna let Nicholas ship her off to some island somewhere. But she told Esme, listen, if your ass want to stay safe, then Nicholas protects the people he cares about. So you might want to figure out how to become somebody he cares about if you think you're trying to stay safe. And so she gave her some prenatal medicine, and Esme had this whole conversation in her head. Sam is back. Okay, Sam.
How's my
back in?
audio?
That's much better.
Much better.
Excellent.
Well,
what did I
Bubs was not much. Bubs was just giving us the 411 on General Hospital. Not much happened. The only thing I heard was that it's finally made it into the mainstream that there's a chance that Heather might be Esme's mama.
Oh, stop it.
That's all I heard. That sounded interesting.
Let me tell y'all something. Is y'all fucking telling me that it is a possibility that General Hospital has scored Allie Mills permanently?
Could be. It's not like they doing shit with Pam on that fashion soap. So why not go over there? Because Heather and Ryan apparently was giving each other some very strange looks.
She was scared. She was scared of him.
See?
She ain't been scared of nobody, but like when she saw Ryan, I felt like she pissed her pants.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Lord,
So
let Esme.
She over there getting business, huh?
Let Esme be the child of them two. Let Esme sit up here and be the child of them two crazy people. That's some good heritage. That's better than this truck nuts bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, let me tell y'all something. I did actually binge General Hospital this weekend on Hulu.
Mm.
And I could not have been more confused about everything that's going on around Truck Nuts and Britt and the necklace that she has, who his daddy is. I am confused about everything around that. And you know what's strange is I shouldn't be. It's not like I'm new to General Hospital, but I have it literally went left somewhere and I don't know how it got there.
I don't even care about them people no more.
The only thing I can tell you for certain is that Truck Nuts is indeed Mac's son. He's just lying about the DNA results.
Who is mama?
That lady?
Dominique?
That lady they've been saying is his mama's his mom. Yeah, if Dominique's supposed to be whoever they've been saying this whole time is his mom. If it's
I think it's Dominique.
I don't even know who Dominique is.
Well, she ain't been on the show in quite a long time. So, but it's basically it's this situation where people kind of sort of feel a type of way about it because the thing is, her character would not have been someone who kept the whole. She was a Baldwin, okay. She used to be married to she was married to Scotty, but she was also, with Mac. It's just that the whole thing with Dominique was that had she had Mac's child, based on her character, that is not something that she would have kept under wraps. She would have definitely told him. So them saying that Truck Nuts is really Dominique and Mac's son is kind of, it leaves a odd taste in people's mouth. So because it's kind of like that is so out of character. But you just with the shows being what they are, I guess we just have to let some of this shit slide. And this is one of those things you gotta let slide.
You know what? I would be interested for Bubbles to tell me what the big draw in storyline for GH right now is during the sweeps, because I couldn't tell you because nothing
girl,
jumped
I
out
don't
to
know
me.
either. Because these people keep talking about how Springer is giving them life, but Springer ain't giving me nothing but nails. I don't even care about her going to the prison and looking at him all googly eyed and them talking about how they look. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't care about Chase and Brooklyn, even though they
I
get
don't
ready
care
to
about
break.
that.
I
Yeah,
saw
I'm glad.
That's gonna blow up in Brooklyn face, and it needs to. So
No,
that
me too. I'm so glad because it's dumb as fuck. I'm sorry that I interrupted, but may I express a moment of disappointment in General Hospital in the direction they took Brooklyn and Chase. Let me tell you something. The type of people I ship are messy people that just gonna bound to fuck something up. That's usually what I ship. But Brooklyn and Chase were different. Brooklyn and Chase didn't like each other. So, I was like, okay, cute, ha, ha, ha. But they was pretending that a baby that wasn't theirs was theirs. That story was fucking fantastic. How they started feeling for each other, fell in love. They moved into a house together with the baby. They was fucking playing house. How in the hell you go from that to this fucking shit they got on screen right now with Chase trying to be a goddamn pop star? The fuck?
And he doesn't want to be a pop star. That's the thing. This is about Brooklyn trying to prove something to that slimy ass manager who
Links
stole her songs or whatever.
her catalog. This isn't anything about Chase wanting to be a singer, because he told her, this ain't me. I'm doing this to help you, but this ain't really me. I want to go back to being a cop. And they had some kind of thing for him to support him being a cop, and she deleted the
Something Dante sent her or something.
Yeah,
a letter.
Something. So she's
Dante
been like distracting him with sex now. When he finds out that she had sex with him to keep him from finding out about him possibly being reinstated.
Let me tell you something. I'm so disappointed. I'm very disappointed because you just, it seemed like this story should have been like a story for Brooklyn and Chase last year before they got the baby. Their whole setup, you don't dumb the character down. To me, it seems like they regressed these two back to damn juveniles. That really was a big mistake. They should have just went on ahead and made Brooklyn pregnant after that, so those two could. But right now I'm with you. I want them to be over and destroyed, and I want them to be going in other directions because I can't stand to see the two of them in the same fucking scene anymore.
Well, they're supposed to be sending Chase towards Sasha, so we will see.
Sasha.
Yeah.
Now that's a pretty mess.
Well, she the newest widow in town anyway. She available.
But
you don't get much messier.
She's gonna need rescuing because Gladys is gonna fucking bleed through her money. Gladys is gonna steal her money from her. Watch. She ain't gonna have no money, and it's gonna be because Gladys did something crazy.
And that's why I love Gladys. I love Gladys. She's a mess. And that right there, I could go for that. But you know what? They need to go ahead and hurry up and put the kibosh on on Brooklyn and Chase and spare us damn all. Spare us.
Exactly.
But I do have a comment about Sprina.
Mm.
Nicholas Chavez is giving. That's why Sprina fans are going fucking crazy. What's the little girl's name? Tabiana Ali.
Mm.
Yes. She's holding her goddamn own. Let me tell you something. I get it. Because I don't like juvenile love stories either. Like anything high school type, I'm not into it. But those two young actors are acting their asses off. That's why Sprina Nation is living right now, because they're getting that angst-torn writing. These two, every conversation they have is full of so much goddamn intensity. It's not even, to me, it's not even the damn story. It's the actors on screen together. I think those two motherfuckers can read the phone book together, and they gonna make it hot and make it pop. Maybe that's
It's
just
them
maybe that's
taking
just me and the rest of
lackluster
Sprina.
script and turning it into spun gold, kind of like Jackie always does on that fashion soap.
Right. I'm
It be
feeling.
bullshit,
I
but it
listen. I'm
sounds
not. I don't know.
still good.
I don't even know what the hell their story is right now. This is how disinterested I was in any of the General Hospital stories as I binged. I really couldn't tell you anything interesting that's going on right now in General
Yeah,
Hospital.
it
Well,
lacks
I'm really
distinction.
interested in Esme's storyline. I'm watching that, and I'm watching for Heather because she seems a little crazy. And this Holly thing has got me interested, but I think this is getting ready to wrap up because Laura figured it out today, and Holly took Laura in her car, but then she put Laura out the car with the cell phone, and Laura called and told them to tell the commissioner that Holly was behind some of this shit. She's armed and dangerous. So that's kind of coming to a head now. Robert then woke up in the hospital, and Diane's talking to him about Holly and everything. So I think that part is getting ready to pop off something, and I'm excited about that. And Esme says she fixing to stop taking her prenatal vitamins because who is it? Esme fixing to stop taking her prenatal vitamins because when she had the shining with Ryan, he
Mhm.
told her that the baby is her only leverage, and if she wants to win or whatever this is going on, she is gonna have to put the baby in jeopardy. So he told her, don't take no prenatal vitamins, don't take care of yourself at all. And I'm like, girl, you gonna fuck around and lose this baby. And she
Right, because if you don't, because does Esme understand how prenatal vitamins work? The vitamins aren't there for the baby; they're there for you because the baby's about to suck you dry.
well, Ryan Chamberlain in her head told her that if she don't take care of the baby, then they will be forced to make sure that she's taken care of. Like the baby is her leverage. So I guess what he wants her to do is to use the baby's health to blackmail Nicholas, as if unless you're gonna do what I say, I'm not gonna take these prenatal vitamins.
Mm.
But that's silly. So she basically gonna tell him her plan, so he can just thwart the plan.
Girl, I don't know. This is
I
what
mean,
Ryan in her head is telling her to do. It's not rational. Just like Charlie is telling Ava over on Days of Our Lives to drive the car off the damn cliff. This is
but
what's going
that's
on
rational.
with Esme in her head with Ryan Chamberlain.
Listen,
Do
I
these
can
people all have tumors?
I can rationalize Charlie Dale. I can rationalize Charlie
Charlie
Dale.
Dale is a tumor.
Right. So I can rationalize Charlie Dale's spirit. So Charlie Dale was a tortured soul. Charlie Dale was a infant born to a woman that didn't love him and resented him for no fault of his own. Charlie Dale was bound to be broken. Charlie Dale lived the life of a broken man because of that rejection. And now in his death, he is going to be with his mother forever. So I never want Charlie to go away. I want Charlie's ghost to remain a part of the Days of Our Lives canvas as long as Ava's ass is a part of the canvas, because Charlie has to haunt her for the rest of her life because she earned it. So he should be trying to take her down with him because he's always wanted her and her approval. If he can't have it, now all he wants is her with him in death.
Yep.
So I can rationalize Charlie Dale, and I want him to be around. Now, Esme, in her rationalization with Ryan, how now is
Girl,
you
she
think
ain't
she's
being irrational. She's
so,
not
but
being
is she
irrational.
showing? But is she being irrational, or has she had a mental break?
I don't know if she has had a break. I don't know if this is Esme's way of comforting herself and dealing with it because she ain't got nobody else to talk to. But it doesn't make sense to me that in her head, if she's making up this conversation with Ryan, it doesn't make sense to me that she would say, "Oh, well, throw away the prenatal vitamins." It's kind of like she's sitting there having an argument with herself. She's her own demon and her own angel because
Right.
she's saying to Ryan, "But I gotta take these pills." I mean, the baby, like you, she almost said, "I don't want to lose my baby." She said,
Okay.
"But well, the baby is the only leverage I had." He said, "Yeah, that's why you got to do this because the baby is the only leverage you got." I don't think she wants to do it, but it's something in her head. Maybe she thinks that's what Ryan would say to her if they were together, because otherwise it don't make no sense. You know, this baby is your only chance of getting out of this shit unscathed. Why would you sit there and talk yourself into telling yourself that you don't need to take the medicine, the prenatal vitamins? You just gonna sit there and be sick and weak and languish and possibly have a miscarriage because the figment of your imagination told you not to take care of yourself, because not taking care of yourself is the way to get the attention of the baby's daddy.
Okay, so what's actually seems like is happening, I don't think she's having any type of break. I think that she is just in solitude. And this is what happens when we think about things and which way it can go, the best way or the worst way. I think she's just internally struggling, is what I would put it. Internally struggling right now. And the reason why she's struggling is because she knows what Ryan would say to do. And as a good shoulder, she knows what she should do. But she's struggling because she finds herself having feelings now for this baby that's growing inside of her. But just like I said about Charlie and Ava, same applies with Esme and Ryan. Esme is the daughter that didn't really get love from Ryan, but he'll damn sure use her. So her tendency to continue to just do what he says because she needs that approval, that's what she's used to doing, but she's struggling now because now there's something else that she is feeling for. Instead of only that need for the approval from Ryan, she's feeling the love for her own child. This is an internal struggle.
Yeah, I think so. I believe that because otherwise it doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's everything on G8. So we can move on to the next.
We can pop over to the spice that has been days, because days has been given all week long. They took no days off.
Why is it spicy? Yes, spicy. Spicy.
It has been and I mean, I've been surprised. I have not been disappointed. And I guess we kind of have to do like a little mini rewind to kind of hit the points. Like, one, yes, things did conclude the way we thought they would conclude with Ava and Susan and EJ, or did they?
Yes. And isn't that so interesting?
Very.
Right? That today
to anyone who hadn't been watching, basically the Charlie Dale delusion that was in Ava's head told her to drive her car off the road with Susan in it, and she did. They went over an embankment And sometime after it went over the embankment, the car exploded, and Ava and Susan have been declared dead. But we got something today that makes me think. At first, I thought EJ was just, he had drunk so much alcohol he had gone toxic, but maybe not.
Right. Because I noticed that too. When Rafe arrived there and EJ was on the ground, I'm like, wait a minute. Ava is a bad boss bitch, but she like 100 pounds, soaking ass wet. Ain't no way she took down EJ DeMira. So I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? When I
know
saw
what
EJ on
happened.
the ground, I said, okay, EJ must have been dreaming and he done passed out drunk, right? That's what I thought. Until Rafe came. And who else came with Rafe? Rafe and
No,
Tony.
you mean Tony? Oh, you mean Tony and Chad? Tony
Oh,
and
that was
Chad
Tony
showed
and
up.
Chad. Okay,
That was Tony and Chad.
And they weren't like, man, bro, you drunk. You just passed out. EJ was literally saying that she was there. She was there. And what was left on the ground? Was that a shell casing?
Yep,
That's exactly what it was. Bubbles, you said you knew what happened, so
tell you
please do elucidate on your theory.
because listen, EJ woke up on the ground. Okay, so we saw her pull out the gun, and her and EJ fought over the gun, and the gun went off. We heard it. We saw both of them react. The next thing we know, we see EJ laying on the ground. His head is bleeding. Tony and Chad come in, and they, just like y'all just said, dude, you was drunk. You imagined all this. Probably fell and hit your head. No. Ava has been shot. And EJ fell. They fell together, and he hit his head. Ava has been shot. Now, she done dragged herself on somewhere, because if she was a figment of his imagination, wouldn't have been no shell casing on the ground.
Right.
Exactly.
That's how come. Yes.
Ava has been shot. She done drug herself off to safety. And she's going to gaslight EJ from now on, because he has put it out there. I saw Ava. We fought. We know she's been in the bushes this whole damn time. This whole time she's been in the bushes observing him. So she probably done slinked off to the bushes again. They don't believe him. I said she getting ready to gaslight the fuck out of this man, because he has seen her. He has touched her. He's talked to her. Now she's gone. He's injured. And because he's been drinking, don't nobody believe him. Dude, you drunk, you fell and hit your head. You probably dreamt that. You having hallucinations. Ava is, I believe, before Susan pops up as alive, because Susan is alive too. She's not dead.
You know, Susan ain't dead.
Before Susan pops up alive, Ava is going to fucking gaslight the hell out of EJ. I just feel like that's what's coming. But Days is so damn going for your throat these days. I wouldn't be surprised if Ava popped up tomorrow like, yeah, bitch, it was that was a flesh wound. I'm here to finish the job. Like, they so unpredictable, but everything they doing is off the charts.
Yep.
It is.
You know what I want? You already know what I want. I want Ava's ass in them goddamn DeMira tunnels. So if Ava's gonna do the gaslighting, because I was hoping that EJ took her ass down the tunnels, because you know why? 2 of my couples got it popping down there in the tunnels. Because
that's the other thing. I need EJ and Ava to get personal. Okay, I need this to end up with them, because the chemistry is fire. They hate each other. They hate each other so much that it's got to explode into something else. I don't even know what the hell we calling them as a potential couple, but I'm here for it.
I'm with it. I'm with it all day. And you know what? If it's gonna be gaslighting, I want Ava to approach EJ in his sleep in some slinky panties and get it popping with him. And when he wake up in the morning, he'd be like, "Well, damn, that was a good drink."
It's gonna take a bit. We still, I think we'll have a better chance of something happening if it comes out that she really didn't leave Susan to just crash in the car.
Well, we know Susan is not dead. Period.
Yeah, it's just a matter of how long they're going to, tease us with the fact that Susan is dead, Susan's not dead. Because you see how that's one of the things about Days that I love. information flows so freely. So people who aren't even in town already know about this. Chad and Jack knew about it all the way in New York. Everybody, you don't have to sit through these odd, dumbass conversations about somebody explaining the situation. The situation is common knowledge and everybody knows now.
Yep.
So we don't have to waste screen time on exposition. The whole town knows that Ava lost her mind and and her and Susan ended up dead.
And now, so I'm not sure if Ava's hurt. This is going to be putting a monkey wrench in the plans, Bubbles, for Ava to actually be hurt. Let's hope Ava's not hurt, because how's she gonna be injured and gaslighting?
Well,
Somebody gonna have to help her.
It's a flesh wound. Charlie gonna help her. It's a flesh wound. She probably called Xander and blackmail Xander because Sarah believes him now. Gwen has given him a backstory and a fucking website. Xander is still her ace. As long as she knows and don't nobody else know, she always has him to do her bidding.
Well, hopefully it is just a flesh wound. Now, Trip isn't on canvas, because otherwise I would say if she actually got seriously hurt, she needs a doctor. And there are a couple of doctors in Salem, but the one that I think she would pick would be her son over anybody else.
Right, because it certainly won't be Sarah. It certainly won't be Kayla.
It won't be, hell no. It won't be Sarah and Kayla under any circumstances.
So that's why I'm thinking this injury, I'm hoping not, because I don't need anything to be deterred from Ava being on EJ's ass like white on rice. Now, what? Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, what else happened today? What did we follow into?
I need to talk about Xander, Sarah, and Gwen in this entire thing, because it highlights one of the things about Days that I enjoy. And this is the thing. Days, unlike some other shows, does not drink its own Kool-Aid. Okay? On Days, there is no couple that they won't break up, at least at some point. Now, these days, like our older super couples like John and Marlena, you ain't getting no third party messing up their love fest. That's not happening, because Marlena and John did that clear through the 90s to the first half of the 2000s. They've earned their rest, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Nikki and Victor on Young and the Restless. Nobody is worried about seeing these couples broke up because they spent decades breaking them up. It's time to let those people enjoy matrimony and, being semi-retired from romantic carcasses. But for the younger people, the teens, the 20-somethings, the 30s, the 40s, everybody else, it's game on. Mm-hmm. Now, Zara, I always like Zara. They have great chemistry. They were such a touching couple, especially after everything that happened with the Kristen and Brady's baby. Yes, and that switch and that entire fiasco and how they grew closer because of that. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate them as a couple. But where Days does not make a mistake is they don't get high on their own supply. They are skillfully crafting a scenario where it really does look like Xander and Sarah are not suited to be together anymore after all of that shit that happened to get them together. Because I'll be honest, what I'm smelling coming from Sarah and Xander and Gwen is very reminiscent of what I used to pick up from Sammy, Carrie, and Austin way back in the 90s. Back when, after all of the mess, all of the confusion, the scheming, the crazy shit that happened with Will and with everything else, also involving a baby. After all of that happened, and everybody in the couple that was supposed to be together, Carrie and Austin, got together, all of a sudden, a couple years later, we hit this place where all of a sudden, Austin and Sammy were considered a viable option out of nowhere. And Carrie and Austin were having all these damn problems. That's the vibe I'm getting off of Sarah and Xander right now.
Yeah. You know what? I like it. You know why? I always liked it. I have always liked Emily O'Brien because she doesn't sleep. So I watch some of these actors, and sometimes some of them always on point. Sometimes some of them just don't fucking, you can tell. Emily O'Brien is not one of them. Paul Telfer is not one of them. I've always liked these two together on screen. So if they want to give us Zwin, I will gladly take it, ask for seconds, and be content.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with it. You know why? Because, like you said, Sarah has gone full Horton. This is not
She's gone full Horton.
Yeah. Even Stephanie said it. Well, if Xander did that, there's no way Sarah would forgive him. Even Maggie said, I don't see why Xander would risk his relationship with Sarah. Sarah knows Xander ain't. She always knew who he was. And I don't like that they have rewritten her that way. But since they have, they decided to go another direction. I wonder if Lindsay Godfrey is going to stay with Days.
She will because they do more when they break up. A couple breaking up is never the end. Is almost never the end of a character on Days. So because they will always repurpose you and hook you up with somebody else who's available. So best believe that if Sarah and Xander are heading to the end of the road, because right now Gwen is hitting all these right beats with Xander. She's his confidant. She's the only person he is telling the full unvarnished truth to about what he's gotten up to. And then old girl, and if that ain't a sign that somebody is a needed part of your life, she giving you what you need and you don't even ask for it. You needed a phony ass website to cover your ass, and the sister made you a phony ass website.
She got on that shit quick, and he didn't even ask her for it. She just anticipated the need.
That's right.
I was like, what in the Yahoo GeoCities website is this shit?
And guess what?
The need, because she did it. She said, well, I've been sitting here Googling this shit and I don't see it. She knew that if Sarah had questions, Sarah was going to go and look for that company too. My girl threw up a whole website with the fucking job posting on. Look, they've already posted for your job, baby. He's sitting there like, well, what? But yes, they have already posted my job. Like he was having the cover for shit like, did I do this in my sleep?
And meanwhile, Sarah over there telling her suspicions about her husband to her mom. She literally made the whole case and closed it. She argued an entire case against her husband to Maggie, to her mom.
And then Maggie then gone to the house and then told Alex and Stephanie. See, that's my thing. I'm like, there ain't no secrets in Salem town, okay? You want a secret? They got to stay between morally great characters like Xander and Gwen. They're the only type of people like Xander and Gwen and Ava, Sammy, those type of characters, they're the ones who keep their mouths shut. All the quote-unquote good people on the campus, they run their mouths like water.
Yes, and but at least yesterday, Maggie defended Xander to Sarah. But then she turned right around and left Sarah's house and confessed those suspicions to Stephanie and Alex. It's like y'all just literally is gonna have my Xander tried, convicted, and executed before even the man come after him. His loved ones has got him over.
Yeah. Look, but even though he's guilty, we want his people to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly. Sure yes. That's the thing. We all know he did it.
Because we need this is part of me and how I am. I need the wife to have his back. So something like this, she's supposed to have his back. Now, if he cheating on her and beating on her, no. But once she should be able to catch his back like Gwen did. I don't play with these couples that just don't, that just opposite of each other like that. I can't deal.
And the thing is, it's like Sarah, it's like after Sarah came back, it's like there's a chemical composition inside of all Horton females that like their latent Hortonness comes out full blast, and once it fully blooms, their relationships can't escape it.
I keep telling y'all, they all the same.
I hate to say it, but you're right, because Sarah is basically up here about to go. And the thing is, when she put two and two together and actually ran her case against Xander, yes, we realized she was right. She was right about every damn thing she said. She was dead on target, correct. But the fact of the matter is, the only proof that she really had, and which isn't proof, it's all
A blue suit.
circumstantial, is her muscly husband got a blue suit.
Correct.
Then that was
And that's pretty much it. And he told you he quit a job but Victor didn't know about it. Victor, old ass man, he don't know about a lot of things today, Sarah. Okay, and that I know.
My
Exactly. Christmas is gonna be interesting when they address that. But I was like, Sarah, you ain't in my thing is that well, Victor never heard of it. And I'm like, when she went to go sit down and Google it, I'm like, oh, you're just now trying to go Google this Rednacks company? Girl, are you high?
Yes. And we don't see no men lined up. Usually with days, like you said, they move quickly. I'm not seeing anybody in her lineup right now. Days don't usually play around with that. They usually go ahead and let you know what they're gonna do with that, and then they make their move. Have you noticed that?
But who else wants Sarah? And I'm not trying to be funny, but what other man is on canvas that she could even be put with? Brady?
She slept with Eric, but he tied up between Jada and Nicole. The
Right.
Oh yeah,
that's
he unavailable.
that's fact. That
Right.
whole thing.
So Eric is off the board. Who else we got?
Rex is out of town. That's
Okay.
who she was engaged to last.
That's right. Rex is gone.
Brady is with Rick Queston right now. And
Brady already tied up with Kristen and that little girl they made.
Mhm.
That's what I mean. So what else is going on for Sarah?
That's my point. She gonna have to stand by Xander or something, or fight Gwen for him, because even though I don't think Gwen is trying to break up her marriage or go after Xander, I think as a natural progression, she's being supportive of him and she's not judging him. She totally understands why he did this. He did this because he's trying to provide for Sarah Horton. You cannot be broke and be married to a fucking Horton. Okay.
No, it doesn't work in this town.
Victor got him feeling like less than a man because he ain't got a job and he's married to a Horton. Sir, what the fuck is you doing? So he's under all of this pressure, and all of this pressure is because he's trying to give Sarah the life to which she's accustomed. She's a Horton. They're always on pedestals. You know, the most work I ever seen a Horton woman do before Hope joined the ISA was being a candy striper at the damn hospital under Alice. You fight with your mama. I watched the show when I was little. I wanted to be a candy striper. The Horton girls and the Brady girls were candy stripers, and that was the most sweat that busted off of their heads at any time. They're not built for being the Gwens of the world. These Horton girls, Sarah gonna tell that man a whole new asshole.
Well, let me tell y'all something. The chemistry between Sarah and Xander and Gwen and Xander is fat all the way around. I'm here for the storyline because Lindsay Godfrey is a damn good actress. I think Emily O'Brien is one of the goddamn best these days. And I stand by that. And Paul Telfer is just adorable. No matter what you give him. No matter what you give him. He's evil. He can be sexy and cute. I just love him.
One of the things is that this is an equal-sided triangle. No one is being made to be overtly out of order. Sarah has her misgivings in her marriage, but we know she has reasons to have misgivings. Xander is having his own struggle with, not being able to provide for his wife, trying to flip over a new leaf, and getting involved in this shit with Ava Vitale, which he realizes was very, very poorly done of him because he did all that and still didn't even get paid.
Correct.
Like, damn, bro.
I had a question about that. When she left Xander at the crib with Susan, after telling him to take care of Susan, She said she was going to the airstrip. So was she gonna go and get the money and jump right on the plane and never give Xander his money?
Well, no, that's the thing. It ended up being done electronically. EJ wired her the money. So for all intents and purposes, that $30 million should still be in Ava Vitale's account.
Yep.
So my thing is this: I'm like, God damn it, Xander, you did all this work, and you didn't took as much as, if not more, risk than Ava, all to be paid COD. You
Listen,
didn't get, bro, no deposits, no. Oh man, even
you
a
just
contractor does better than this, Xander. Come on, baby.
you answered my question, because I was gonna say, like, who would take care of Ava if she injured? The only person that she could convince to do anything would be Xander, because she got his 10 million.
That's what I told you already.
Mhm.
Even without having
You told
his
me that? Yes, I didn't. Yeah.
in this very same conversation, I said that if Ava's hurt, the only person who is going to be beholden to helping her is Xander, because Sarah still doesn't know the truth. So even without her paying Xander his $10 million, she's going to
Yes.
blackmail him into helping her. Does Sarah know that you to help me do this shit, Xander? Okay, well then if you don't want her to know, then your ass is gonna go out here and get me some gauze and some stitches and some antibiotics. Your wife
Right,
is
because Sarah works at the hospital.
your
Right.
wife is a fucking doctor. Go get her medical bag and
Yep.
bring your ass back over here and help me.
Yep.
This is how it's
Mhm.
gonna go. Because that bullet fired, they were standing too close to each other.
That was an empty case on the ground.
Right. That was
And
fall full.
and listen, Ava Vitale is friends with Gwen. So I could see Gwen, Zen and Gwander, and Gwen and Xander. But y'all get it. Gwen and Xander confiding in Gwen, because he confides in her and everything else.
Mhm.
He called her up. The first person he called when Sarah pulled up that website was Gwen.
Gwen. And he told her that's the thing that's getting me. He is holding nothing back with Gwen. He does not
Right.
editorialize. He does not take out details. He told her point blank, there was suddenly this website for rednecks. And she's like,
Yep.
yeah, I made it. I had a feeling you'd need it.
Yep.
And see,
Correct.
people mad at me because I said Gwen is his soulmate and they belong together. Oh no, he belongs with Sarah. Why he can't even look Sarah in the face and tell her the truth, because he knows she's gonna leave him. That they ain't got no trust in that marriage. How you gonna want them together other except for to be messy? Ain't no trust in that relationship.
Yeah.
He ain't telling her shit, but Gwen gets everything like she is the Dear Diary.
Yep.
Today, I kidnapped a woman and took her over to my uncle's shed and locked her up in there with my cousin's wife, who came down there by accident. Diary. The only reason I did this is because my wife is a Horton and we needed some money. My uncle made me feel like shit. What do I do? And the diary came back and said, look, bro, I got you all day, every day. Leave it to me.
Yep. And guess what else? I'm hoping, since Gwen told Jack today, and let me tell y'all something. I have always been a proponent of Jack and Gwen's father-daughter relationship.
Me
through the
too,
first
because
of it.
exactly, because let's say it again for the cheap seat. Fuck Abby. No, I don't care about her. I'm sorry
Correct.
about Abby and her little hurt feelings. Oh wait, no, I'm not. She dead. Next.
Correct. And Gwen was here first. If Gwen was here first, Gwen was robbed of being Jack's baby girl.
Sure was.
So,
Sure was.
And so I always was on her side when she was breathing fire, even if she was taking it out on the wrong people. I wouldn't care. I would take it out on everybody I felt like was living my damn life.
Sure would.
Yep. So Jack coming in today and telling her that he is proud of her and that he would be happy to help and advise his daughter again. And he said, you can call me Jack and you can call me Dad, and not just now, like, just call me Dad.
Just call me Dad from
loved
now
it.
on. I loved it too. And I loved Jack saying, I don't give a shit what Chad DeMera said. That's a story.
That's right. Basically, what Jack was saying was what you was just saying. fuck Abigail. Abigail, fuck Chad because Abigail is dead. So
exactly, he is.
Yeah.
Like, look,
Yeah.
yeah,
While
Chad's a
Chad,
good
because
guy, but
Chad
he
need to
works
be
for
over there with
Stephanie.
Stephanie. So Chad gonna be an expenditure of the Johnsons soon.
Yes, he is. Until they decide they want to want Rolf to bring Abby back to life. But I think we're way up in the ways from that.
I don't
So
think we need Abigail back to life.
I,
We've been circling to do different Abigails for the past several years,
we
and I'm
kind of
good.
don't, because if we gonna have a Stephanie, because that's the thing, Days is an archetype show. So when you lose a character that fits a certain mold, they tend to substitute it with another one. Abby left so Stephanie Johnson could come back because they're basically the same mapping.
Yeah,
Right.
this is true. They are the same person.
Literally.
Same person, and the same people are interested in them. Chad is interested in Stephanie, just like he was interested in Abigail. And I don't care about none of them. If we're gonna be real honest about it, I don't care about them people.
Remember, Ben was interested in Abigail too.
That's what I want to know.
Remember, Abigail the one drove Ben crazy, and now they got Alex with Stephanie.
Yep. So
I can't wait for my baby Sierra to get back. Let me tell y'all something. I was not a big, huge Sin fan, CIN, when they were back in the beginning. But I love myself some Victoria Konefal, and I cannot wait for her to come back and give us some of that damn Sierra drama. I love a messy bitch, and I can't wait for Sierra to come back to screen.
Well, it is all coming. Now the only thing we have to wait is to see if they're gonna have Robert Wilson pulling double duty or what.
I would love it if Rob Scott Wilson played double duty.
He's gonna have.
I would freaking love it. That's how come I would love it, because why wouldn't I want to look at him a lot? Do you see how cute his face is?
He's so cute, and I know, and I was laughing my ass off today because he was busy he was using. I mean, Alex got moves, and he was trying to use those moves to seal that deal before Maggie came her ass up in there with the gossip folks.
Yes, with all that loud kissing.
And Stephanie like, well, I think we should take this slow. I'm like, boy, you can storm them walls all you want. I guarantee you, before you even get even a hint of a taste of that, Chad Demare is gonna swoop in and steal your snack plate. So
you could say that one more time. Say it again.
So I hope you're enjoying the kisses you get, because you ain't. I would be very skeptical for Alex to get any further than that with Stephanie in this relationship, because the thing is that it's the amount of work that goes into it. Alex basically had to break his back and kind of commit a crime to get Stephanie's to get goodwill from Stephanie. He had to steal from, and the thing is, I know that Paulina told Chanel the truth about Sloane's backstory, so to speak. I want that information out in the general discourse, because Stephanie and Chad, they're doing, what they're doing because they're doing public publicity work for Paulina, which is all well and fine. But Alex had to sit up here and snatch a file from her damn apartment in order to get some goodwill from Stephanie Johnson. Whereas Chad will never have to do anything half as dramatic as that just to get her interested in him, because she's already interested.
Yep. All he's gonna do is give her the green light, and she's gonna spread like an eagle.
Pretty much. She just turned it off because she heard him say in his own words that he's not ready. Well, when he comes back and is ready to recant that, Alex, as cute as he is, in his little spectacles, is getting dropped like a bad habit.
But look,
I wonder if Allie will be there.
Shit, as soon as Chad called her on it, he was ready to recant as soon as she called him on it, because she was like, "Well, I heard you say that." He was like, but what I meant was, what had happened was I said that out loud, didn't I? What I meant was, damn, shit, I don't even know how to backtrack. Like, he was sick, take it back after he said it. She was like, "But you grieving over your wife, and you're trying to raise your 2 kids, and that's commendable." He was like, "Shit, fuck them kids. Abigail dead. You trying to get close to Alex? I don't know if I want that to happen, bruh. Your wife's body is still, it still got a little bit of warmth on it. You sit
that's
there
like Mhm.
This girl while she trying to get up on her play cousin.
Yep. And that's how come I don't think we need Abigail back at all.
No,
Jack
no.
Jack done
Not if we
replaced
keeping
his
Sarah.
daughter. Chad done replaced his wife. Chad finna replace God damn it, Charlotte and Thomas's gave him a stepmama. He finna give him a stepmama. There's no point in Abigail coming back. None.
Nah.
Nah, they might play this out like Hope and wait a couple of years.
Yeah, but yeah. If they shuffle out Stephanie for her, I could see that, sure.
They
But
do that, but Days is a lot more. And also, I'll be honest, I give Days credit for being able to. They never say the end is the end is never the end. The end, okay? Because if you had told me that Bo and Hope were coming back to the show 5, 6, 7 years ago, I'd have said you a damn lie. They were
yeah,
so mad when they got the hell out of this show. We ain't never seeing my Bo and Hope ever again.
If you
Well,
had told me that 6 months ago, I'd have been like you. My grandmama said you can wish in one hand and poop in the other and see which one gets full the
Feel it.
fastest. And
That's
that's how
right.
soon you'll see Bo and Hope again. And I guess James Bond was right. Never say never.
Yeah.
Because here we are. Back to it, honey. One of the most popular super couples in all time.
Yeah.
exactly. You and I, especially because, and the thing is, I mean, and the thing is, the people on Days, they are not shy about exit interviews and being very honest. Okay, they no, they're very, very. That's one of the reasons why I'm not really thinking Abigail's coming back anytime soon. Because if they wanted McCoy back, they probably couldn't get her, considering the way things got talked about in her exit interview, and when and when Witchamadinky left, when Kristen Alfonso left, she made it very clear that
She wasn't
they
going
wanted
back.
me. Yeah, she's like, basically they wanted me to basically take a step back and be recurring. And I looked at them like they were stupid. Like, you telling me to go on recurring after being on this show since the 80s? Are you high? Yeah, you know what? Write me out.
She said, I'm Kristen motherfucking Alfonso, bitch. Do you know that I made the 80s and you want me to go on the back burner? Y'all must think I'm bringing a sofa on the Bold and the Beautiful or some shit, but I'm not fixing to do this. I'm going to take my things, and when you come to your senses, you let me fucking know. And then they woke up and said, you know what? Y'all, we need Kristen back. We can't have her on the back burner. So y'all get to writing some damn stories so we can show her what we have for her, because she's not gonna come here and sit idle, man.
And I'm sorry, I had a
Peacock
brain fart.
probably-
No, since the 70s. Hope been on the show since the 70s, and you want me to go on recurring? You can recurrently kiss my ass.
I mean, that's pretty much the gig of it all.
I think
I mean-
Peacock can afford. I think Peacock can afford to change minds.
Girl, yes,
Because
they
like
do.
y'all said,
Exactly.
I wasn't even in soap Twitter that much, but it was talked about a lot that Kristen Alfonso was never gonna step foot on a CBS studio.
Let me tell you
I heard
what.
a lot.
I read the exit interview, and basically she put up her middle fingers and said, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you. Bye. Like, she was, when she left, she burned all the bridges. I was like, she ain't coming back for real, because
Right.
she didn't hold back on nothing. She spoke her truth, and she was like, if you don't like it, you can suck my dick. This is what it is, and I'm out of here. I'm not coming back. Y'all can go straight to hell in gasoline panties.
But you know what it is? It's like, you know what it is, Bubbles? Because it's here's the thing: soap dynasties are like the mafia. Okay, that's really how I feel about it after all these years, because I've seen how the Bells have over the years gotten things and gotten away with things that I never would have thought would have been possible. And I have to say, I feel like the core days are the same way with NBC. I really think that somebody rolled out like Vito and said, I'm gonna make you an offer like you can't refuse.
But here's the difference. Ken Corday over here at Days of Our Lives giving us good soup.
Yes,
Okay.
he is.
He's
Let
not
me
giving
tell you, the
us.
heart
We
you
get
have.
chowders and fucking consommes over here at Days of Our Lives. We're getting cream of soups on Days of Our Lives.
Mhm.
If he wants to go sideways anytime, go fucking sideways. You know why? We're gonna get a good sideways story. It might not make any sense, but that shit gonna be entertaining as fuck, and we're gonna be like, y'all, I can't even believe that. Did y'all see? I mean, it was sideways, but damn, that was some good shit.
So
And
much
that's how
shit happened. Right. Be like
and that's
every
how we
fucking
gonna do.
day something is happening. So yeah, sometimes some shit might not add up because so much shit is happening. And who's really counting when all that shit is fun?
Exactly, because I love it when it's fun. I love Days of Our Lives when it don't make no sense and stuff is just popping. Like Marlena when she loosened them screws on that chandelier at that wedding. Girl, that didn't make no sense. Didn't nobody see Marlena scaling up the damn stairs with a wrench to loosen the chandelier? When she had time to do that? Levitation up there.
But you know what? But that's the thing. Days makes the oddest shit work.
Yes.
They do. They
Yes.
really do.
Riley had a talent for that, and I think that was his influence because James Riley also gave us fucking Passions, and
Bless
Passions
them.
was days on crack and methamphetamines at the same time.
Not
We
both of them.
did you never watch Passion, Sam?
No, I didn't.
Girl,
I never
let
watched.
me
So
tell you.
I
I
actually
wish
I
NBC would put all the passions on there because I guarantee you, if y'all, I don't know, I know that they have issues with that because I know DirecTV ended up producing it for like the last 2 years. But if they ever put the whole Passions back catalog on damn Peacock, people will subscribe to it just for that.
Yeah. And if they really wanted to put it back on at 12:30 in the afternoon, they could shut somebody else's shit down real quick because people didn't appreciate what Passions was until Passions was gone. That was one of the best wildly written soap operas. Everything was a circle. Like we complain about the repetitiveness and the redundancy. That's all Passions was. It was just about Teresa getting Ethan and the side stories that resulted from that. You got the witches from Salem that are over here doing their shit, and one of the witches is friends with Teresa's best friend. So it's like everybody was intertwined, but it was really at the end of the day about Teresa having seen Ethan in this magazine once upon a time and
And
falling
being obsessed with him from then on.
and then being obsessed with him from then
Oh,
on.
oh,
And
and,
I saw her obsession like Brooks though.
and
Because,
Sam, one of the things you would have loved is they had a couple that was just like Lope. Charity and Miguel. And they had another character named Kay whose whole life was about getting Miguel and making Charity bitch ass miserable. And I loved her for that. I stand to be some Kay Bennett.
okay, so when it first started, I kind of liked Charity, but it did not take long for me to get tired of goddamn Charity Bennett with her sweeter than sweet self, couldn't do no wrong, perfect ass Charity.
Exactly.
But
Charity and Miguel must be broken apart. I was like, yes, break them up. Break them up now, Tabitha. Help Kay out. And put an end to this.
listen. So on days, what we didn't get today, what we probably gonna get tomorrow is Eric Cole and hopefully Stabby. Maybe even some Kristen. But Wendy and Johnny gotta come back. Wendy and Johnny gotta come back from Jakarta.
Yes. So we left them off with they now know half the story because what they heard from Ralph did not it did not include EJ. He did put the spotlight on Lee, and now they know Lee at the very least is responsible for what happened to Stefan. But EJ, he didn't his behind didn't get thrown under the bus, but they don't have the proof of it. They just know it now.
Did they get Kristen too? Did Rolf tell about Kristen?
No. Nope. The only person who's the only person who got through in the cooking oil was Lee's ass.
Yes. I can't wait for
No,
Lee to get cooked
no
because
mention of Kristen
listen,
and no
guys,
mention of EJ.
Stabby's wedding is New Year's Eve. Y'all know I am looking forward to this. Not Stabby's wedding. I'm calling it Stabby's wedding because it's Stabby's payoff. But Gabby and Lee's wedding is New Year's Eve.
And the thing is, I know what we know is going to happen between now and then. I'm looking at the calendar and I'm like, to say days, because we're at the end of the month. Okay, Thursday is December 1st, so we're in the last 30 days of we're in the last 30 days of the year, and I'm looking at everything that and days lines up their calendar on the show with real life dates. Okay, so if it's Thanksgiving on the show, it's Thanksgiving in our time. So that literally means they only have 4 weeks and 4 weeks and a couple of days to line all of that up. And in between that, we have all of that, what's going to happen with Kristen and the Orchid. And that Kayla and Kate and Marlena going down is going to take up a whole bunch of screen time. So I'm looking up here trying to figure out, that's why I like days. They have so much going on, and I love it.
Yep.
And
we
also,
need to talk about Eric and Nicole and Jada and the baby.
yes, we need. We're 8:20, and I do want to get to wind up, but yes, we got to talk about Eric, Nicole, and Jada, and about how I'm sorry I got to drag Nicole through the streets. Because I'm sorry. Here's the thing. I like Nicole Walker. I like Eric and Nicole. That is a relationship that is meant to be. I will go ahead and I will say the words that we hate to say here, but yes, they have been. It's to the point where they could be considered a destined couple. Yeah. But Nicole Ass is so wrong for what she did, because here's the thing: Eric has nieces, nephews. He's got grand nieces and nephews. Okay, his nephew Will, who is the son of his twin sister, has a child of his own who's in elementary school. Okay, his niece Allie has a toddler. Eric, because of a whole bunch of different confluences, him joining the priesthood twice, and all of this mix-ups with the women that he's been in love with, has never managed to have a child of his own. And he's pretty much gotten to the phase of his life where he has accepted that he is not going to have a kid. Then you have, and Nicole cannot carry a child to term. That has been made very clear. Nicole's eggs were viable. That's how she got Holly. Okay, because remember, you probably don't know Sam.
Yeah, Holly, I heard Chloe carried her.
Yeah. Chloe was her surrogate, but Nicole absolutely cannot carry a child to term under any circumstances. So for her to sit up there and roll to Jada, playing the whole, I wish somebody had told me how hard it was to be a single mother. I'm like, what do you mean before or after you stole Samantha Jean's babysitting? Huh? Mm-hmm. What you mean how hard it is? How hard is, first of all, Holly is with Maggie 99% of the time, so shut up. 2, you're only saying this because you're insecure about your destined love, and you don't dare to even let it play out, because Eric had no intention on dumping her. He just said him and Jada were gonna co-parent this baby, and that him and Nicole were gonna be together. And Jada was fine with that. She wasn't trying to talk him out of being with Nicole. She was just point blank, are you sure she's gonna understand how this is all gonna work? Because you need to go talk to her ass then, if you think she's gonna be so understanding. And it's pathetic for Jada to have been on the show less than a year and have a better understanding of the type of woman Nicole is, and Eric been known her for decades and he still don't know that shit.
Because he's in denial. Love blocks people from seeing people how they truly are. And even Samantha has been telling Eric this whole time about what kind of woman Nicole is, but he sees past that. He don't see none of that in Nicole. He only sees the parts of her that he loves and that it gets his heart to pitter-pattering. But he forgets that she is a hot ass mess on steroids. Nicole's a hot ass mess. She always has been.
I like it when she like that. So I need her
every day, because she like that every day.
Yeah, you see me dragging her out there. I drag her, but I wouldn't have her any other way. I want her to stop looking sad and crying. I want her to fight and be fighting to fight to win, and own that shit. That's what I need. When she was telling Jada what she was telling her, we all saw how grimy that was. But she should have stopped pretending that she was telling her that for Jada's good. She should have just kept it real, telling Jada that because she didn't want Jada. bringing a baby in between her and Eric's relationship. I'm gonna need that
Mm-hmm.
hoe to just keep it real, and I be standing behind her. I'm gonna still call her a hoe if she wrong, but at least I'll be able to have her back.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the real kick about it is this is that it's like Nicole. You've been married enough to enough different men. You and Eric have
Yep.
been in this place before where y'all were so close to getting your relationship back for you to know. And the part that cracked me up was that, well, one, when she was insistent on making that pie for Rafe, I was like, okay, I know in Salem, everybody is everybody's ex. That's just the way the show works, okay? Everybody is somebody ex in that town. Everybody is about 5 people ex in that town, if we're really, really honest, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just how it is. But you just played this man to his face. You're moving out, okay? Fine. Now you insisting on making this pie, and then when he asks you a question, so what now? You give him a status report on you and Eric. You think that's
Yeah,
what he
ain't that
wanted to know
something?
about? I was like,
And they had the nerve
Nicole.
to tell him that she hadn't even thought about their divorce. But
No,
she making all
she's
these plans about Eric and telling and comfortable enough to tell Rafe about their future, her future with Eric, and also comfortable enough to say, "Oh, I ain't even thought about our divorce."
I told you she
How
was stupid.
goddamn callous was that?
I told y'all she don't be thinking. Nicole is a dumb blonde at the end of the day.
literally. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I've never had a problem with Sammy giving her hell because I kind of feel like Nicole needs somebody
Yes.
to constantly give her hell. And if it's going to be anyone, it might as
Yep.
well be Samantha Jean.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, so first you have that. Then you have her talking to Pauline and Abe. And of course, Abe loves Nicole like a daughter because of his history with Faye. So of course they feel for Nicole and this difficulty she's in, but I'm sitting up here like, hold on, sis. Nobody told you to go drop your husband. You forgot the first rule of monkey branching. You don't swing from one branch until you got a good grip on the other. And your ass swung off of Rafe Hernandez without realizing Eric Brady's ass wasn't even hanging in the distance and you fell on your face.
Right. He hadn't even thought to let go of his branch yet. She just out there swinging. He ain't even left the house to get on the branch yet.
That's right.
Exactly.
He's still trying to secure the goddamn branch he owns.
He's
He's
trying
trying
to
to
make
make sure that
sure.
that branch don't leave.
Exactly, because Eric desperately wants a child. He has wanted
Yep.
this for a long time. And you heard what he told Jada. Jada was like, well, I'm going to move. And he was like, well, no, I don't see why you need to move. As far as I'm concerned, I want to be all up in this pregnancy. I want to take you to meetings. I want to take you to your OBGYN visits. I want to take you to Lamar's class. I want to bring you food when you're hungry. You ain't got to go nowhere.
Right. And she like, okay then. All right, boy. We're gonna see what it do. We're gonna see what it do.
Exactly. And you have Nicole over here like some kind of damn country bumpkin over here blowing Ray Hernandez out the water in the hospital. And then now she's like, oh, I didn't just ended my marriage to Rafe. And this fool is still connected to this girl. I'm so stupid. Now I don't know, I got to fix this. I'm like, fix what? You made this mess, honey child. You did this to yourself.
She sure
What you mean
did.
you got to fix it?
And I don't feel sorry for it because you know why? Because Nicole always put her crooked nose in Kristen DeMira's business. So I'm not feeling bad. This is just desserts for Nicole because she always get me in Kristen's business with Brady and everything else. So I'm just good on that. I'm good on Nicole right now
Oh,
getting served.
me too, especially because here's the thing. And this is the part that everybody know from their heart. Had Nicole found out that Jada was pregnant and that entire scenario was still in play, she never would have told Rafe the truth. She would have stood by what she
Everybody knows.
said. Yes. So she was going to string him along so that, she still had a husband. And even though she didn't admit it, that she's basically been lying to herself and fighting it, and she really wants Eric. But she would not, and not that I feel too sorry for Rafe because I was still mad at both of them for how they did Ava ass. So as far as I'm concerned,
Yep.
karma.
Yep.
But
Yep.
she legitimately, for someone who says they love Rafe and they respect him and that he's a good man and that she wanted to be his wife and all this other bullshit, for all of that, she fully was prepared to leave him hanging and to hang on to him when she knew there was nothing left to hang on to if Eric Brady had not been available. And now that he's not available, technically not fully, not the way she wants him to be unencumbered, now she's got buyer's remorse. Well, that's just tough shit. I'm waiting for Jada I'm waiting for this to get snitched out, because at some point what Nicole said to Jada is gonna come out, and it's gonna lead to that nasty little scene that we saw a clip of during the Day of Days preview between Nicole and Eric.
Yep. And it's 9:29, and I know the YNR people is trying to.
Oh wait, is there anything we missed on Days? I think
we
that
missed
was that
a lot
everything.
on Days, but it's a lot go on Days a lot.
Yeah,
we just got together. Right. So
exactly, because they got so much going on. The last two things I would mention is that I still hate Chloe Lane. She clearly knows Stefan's head ain't where it need to be, yet she persists. So whatever.
Me too.
Oh, and the off-scene information we got. Okay, for the old heads, Mike and Nancy dating.
Girl, I screamed.
Yep. Well, we saw that setup though. We saw that setup before Nancy and him went back to New York. They bumped into each other, had a fight, made up, and changed phone numbers. We knew it. And they talked about, well, maybe I'll get your coffee in New York. They set that up before they
that
even.
I see.
It was just it was just a moment, so I didn't think anything of it, because as far as I knew, both the actors weren't going to be on screen anymore. So I was like, what is that about? But then to have Jack stroll his ass into the house and say, Nancy and Mike invited us for Thanksgiving dinner. Nancy and Mike, they together now. I was like, you know what? That's good they did that, because I will go on record as saying I'm still pissed about how they did Craig and Nancy. They basically blew that whole relationship up, because here's the thing. Nancy and before her, Tracy Abbott kind of set the stage for women who were not stick figures to actually get with God and to actually get good romantic relationships going.
Girl, let me tell you, Nancy fucking Wesley gave me hopes and dreams of getting a hot boy. Okay.
Exactly. Yes. The man with the hot guy, the man with the chiseled jaw, not just anybody, but a legitimate hot boy. And he couldn't get enough of Nancy, of scheming with his Nancy.
They was Macbeth and Lady Macbeth daytime ever had.
Exactly, and they wanted that chief of staff spot for Craig, and they made damn sure they got it. Nancy was right there making Mike Horton's life hell to make sure that her man got the job that he deserved. And I appreciated that storytelling from Days in the 90s, because it was like that, because that's not the story you normally get on daytime television. Okay, you get the waif. You get the felt tart, you get the seductress, you get all of those archetypes, all of those body types that are always paper thin, who get the hot romances, they get the adventures, they get this, that, and the other. Any woman who has any kind of girth to them, all you get to be is either funny, the comic relief, the best friend, the mother figure, a nice aunt, the good best friend, that kind of shit.
In Tracy Abbott, as you were saying, just taunted by Lauren, had all her men taken by Ashley. They just drugged poor goddamn Tracy.
Yeah. They made Tracy like goddamn miserable.
And they couldn't even catch a break toward the end. The audience wouldn't even allow Kane and Tracy to get together. They wanted to have a fit, those lane stands.
Oh, they got what they had coming too. His ass straight off the canvas. Bless they soul.
They had a fit. And I was loving that story.
Y'all really wanted that?
Loving that story. What Tracy was writing the book. Y'all remember that when Tracy was writing the book?
Yeah, when
I
Tracy
loved
was
it. It
writing
was
a
a little
novel
escape.
and they were
Yes.
dabbling with it, the thing is, nothing
Yes.
in Bubbles. That's the part that was crazy. Nothing actually happened. Nothing had
Because
even
it was
happened.
fiction. It was
But
all in the
yeah,
book. So it wasn't like Kane and Tracy was getting together. It was happening as characters in the book. And it was so damn refreshing to me. It really was. And I love that
right.
20s,
And
30s look. Yeah, they fucked up everything. You
and
know what?
they
That's when I stopped
completely
watching
lost their
YNR.
minds. And they completely lost their minds. And it was like, oh, okay, that's how you feel about it. Okay, then bye, Mr. Goddard. We will see you when we see you. And Tracy, we'll bring you out when we need you to talk to people in your family who are acting stupid. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks. And that was the end of it. So
I don't even
yeah.
try to watch YNR. So what's going on with YNR, y'all?
Okay, so YNR actually we are gaining a bit of speed now. Okay, so couple of things. One, um the tone of this story with Diane and the three witches and Tucker is shifting. Okay, especially as of today. Because up until now, pretty much everyone has been on the page. Yes, we are on YNR now. Maya and Stefan, we are officially on YNR. We were gonna get here. So now that everything has pretty much come out, where Diane has fully disclosed her position, that Tucker asked her that yes, she was involved with Jeremy Stark, that Tucker asked her for Jabot's financials, that y'all need to stop worrying about me because I'm not the biggest problem you can have, and stop even playing with the idea of Jeremy Stark coming here as a way for you to get rid of me, because then we all gonna be in trouble. The tone has shifted because Phyllis and Nikki went to go see Talia Morgan, the investigative reporter, today. Guess what? Talia Morgan sounded like the audience. I don't want to hear none of this shit, is basically what she said. Y'all done run up in here with hearsay. I can't even get my publisher to even consider anything with Diane Jenkins. But the thing is, I'm an investigative reporter. I'm not a hatchet man. She basically peeped that, this is real personal for y'all. And y'all just running here with hearsay because y'all just running here with anything that could hurt the woman. And you don't
Right.
even have proof of what you're saying.
Well, I
And they
like the
actually
sound of
said,
that. So they
I
had
liked
got
it too.
served today.
Very good. They even told her, well, what we were hoping that you could use your resources to find the proof. And she was like, oh, no, 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 no. I'm nobody's hatchet woman. If you got proof, call, okay, fine. But if you don't have no proof or nothing, then don't call me no more about no Diane Jenkins, and
Well,
left
I'm
it
glad
like
she
that.
gone. Good. So now they out because you just on the few clips that I've seen. I'm pissed. I'm pissed for Diane. I'm team Diane. I don't give a damn what Diane did, where she did it, when she did it, and who she did it with. I want pie in the face of Ashley, and I love Ashley Abbott. Nikki Newman and Phyllis need to get 2 or 3 pies in her face.
Here's the thing. John Abbott was a great man, but
Yes,
he
he was.
raised two assholes. Billy and Ashley are assholes. Bubble said it, and she was right.
You know what? He ain't even really
Y'all gonna
raised
have to
Billy.
stop. Y'all gonna have to lay off my Ashley.
He was
I mean,
he
Ashley
I
was
is not
slow
an
to raise
asshole.
Billy.
I love Ashley, but right now her hate for Diane is completely blinding her from the fact that Tucker is playing her like a fiddle.
Yep.
Oh
He is
no.
playing her good. Today, she basically told him that she didn't really believe this bullshit that Diane was spouting about him being after Jabot's financials, even if Jack did. And Tucker laid out a very important breadcrumb. He made it very clear that I can't help y'all out with nothing Diana related going on here. I gave you the information I had, but now I need to focus on Divine because I feel like he's going through some shit, and I need to focus on my son and put my priorities there. So I'm sure that you and Phyllis and Nikki can handle Diane fine on your own. You don't need me for anything. So Tucker has officially taken himself completely out of this mess with Diane. So it really is just Phyllis, Ashley, and Nikki just with pitchforks trying to come up with a way to get at Diane. And the problem is, Nikki has a bit of caution in her, enough to know that this could be dangerous, But Phyllis and Ashley, they're not hearing it. They basically are both at the point where they don't care if they have to call Jeremy Stark up directly to get him to GC if it'll put Diane in a bad spot. They're about ready to do it, especially Phyllis. And Diane made it really clear today that is dangerous, not just for her, but for the people in her life, because more or less, Jeremy alluded to being into some sketchy stuff because money laundering is not a clean business. Okay, the money's dirty. If you need to be a money launderer, the money came from some place that you can't publicly disclose.
And
So where
anybody that gave you that money will come back and cut your throat if they need to. So, yeah.
exactly?
So
So
that's how come Diane is telling them this is not the kind of man you want to cause troubles for.
no, it's not. And the fact that they are both, that Ashley and Phyllis particularly are so irate at the fact that Diane, they feel like Diane's gotten away with it. And the thing is, Diane ain't got away with shit. She confessed everything, and Jack and Kyle are pretty much on the page of, and we ain't really worrying about it. We'll still give her a chance, and that infuriates them. But the problem is, if she sent this man to jail, and it looks like she really did, that she cooperated with the FBI to get Jeremy Stark to go to jail and to keep herself out of jail, he is not going to be in the mood to play with her, and he is not going to stop at just going after her. He would definitely go after the people she cares about in her life, and half of those people are Abbott's.
Exactly. It what you know, it seems like
That's why I said
Ashley would be the
Ashley's
one
acting like an
talking shit.
asshole.
Yeah, because she looks like she would be the one. Her ass would be in the biggest damn sling of all three of them.
Pretty much. If something happened, I mean, because let's be honest, if Jeremy Stark and also Tucker made a call at the end of the show to someone basically alluding that, you know, it's time for us to do something, my money says that was Jeremy Stark on that line.
Yep.
Okay, but the problem is Tucker has neatly taken himself out of the equation. So whatever repercussions happen from Jeremy Stark coming to town, it is going to fall on Phyllis and Ashley and Nikki, because it's going to look like they are the ones who did this.
Yep, it all to set up Diane, and it would just be just desserts, because I don't see the payoff, nothing but the three girls going down for and with Diane, and all Diane was trying to do was start her life over.
Yeah. Exactly. And the fact that Ashley is sitting up here saying she doesn't believe that Tucker would go after Jabot, I'm like, girl, are you high? How you don't believe that?
Everybody don't go after Jabot. Hasn't he gone after Jabot before?
Yes.
Listen, I already told y'all that the problem with Ashley is that John sat up here for years and had her believing that her shit don't stink. She ain't gonna be wrong. She can't be wrong. Of course, she's not wrong. How could she be? She's perfect.
She's Ashley Abbott.
Right? Because she was Neil's. So he compensated. He overcompensated with Ashley, his great beauty.
And that wasn't even his child. That was somebody else's bastard. Dina dropped off. You know, they got birds that'll do that. Cuckoo birds.
Cuckoo birds, yeah.
Cuckoo birds will go to a nest and kick all the eggs out and leave their eggs. And the birds come back and end up raising the damn cuckoo birds.
Mm-hmm. And they don't even realize that's not their bird.
Right. And then they can't.
Rude parasitism.
And then they can't get rid of them. So that's John and Ashley. John Abbott raising fucking cuckoo bird. That's what he did. He raised the fucking cuckoo bird. And she out here and she act like her shit don't stink. You've been burned by men before, ma'am. You need
this
to have
man too.
Your past. Right. So Ashley.
And the part that's hilarious about it is that all of this, we know what the end game is. The end game is that Tucker wants his hands on Chancellor Winters and he wants his hands on Jabot. And I'll tell you this much: if all this shit with Jeremy Stark blows up in Phyllis and Ashley's face, Jack is going to be furious and he won't forgive Ashley for this, especially if it puts Kyle and Harrison in danger. So, and I have a feeling that is the road, because that's the thing. What Tucker needs to achieve what he wants is he needs division. He needs Jack and Ashley to be divided, and he needs Devon and Lily to be divided. He cannot get his hands on those companies with the brothers and the sisters getting along. When he made that
Wait,
comment about brothers and sisters, he was talking about both of those sets.
wait a minute. But Tucker is going after his own son, Devon's company?
Oh, well, yeah, of course he is. His plan is this. He wants Jabot, and he's going to put Ashley in charge of it. He wants Chancellor Winters, and he's going to put Devon in charge of it. They're going to be his companies that he owns, but he's going to have his son and the woman he loves running them both. That is his game plan.
So Tucker thinks that the people he loves would appreciate that he take from them so he can re-gift to them.
If he makes the environment hostile enough, he feels like he can get away with it.
But
I don't know.
Because I'm not
Go
getting
ahead,
it.
Bubba.
Because I'm not getting it. Devon has his own company. He never did merge with is Winters what?
But see, but that's the thing. Both Ashley, here's the thing. We all know how things went down with Jabot with the blood clause with Ashley and Jack. Okay, so we're not even gonna pretend like Ashley Abbott wouldn't want to run Jabot if the opportunity was given to her freely.
Right.
With Devon, yeah. Now with Devon, he feels like he sacrificed his autonomy doing this merger. Like they still not on the same page about this IPO shit after what happened with Nate. So Tucker being this super supportive father figure to him now that he hasn't been previously, and trying to support him, especially because now Devon has completely blown his personal life to hell. If things start to get dicey at Chancellor Winters, that support that he's giving Devon and the support that he's going to give Ashley when this whole thing with Jeremy Stark blows up all in the Abbott's face, he's trying to make himself indispensable to both of them in one way or the other. So that when he finally figures out how to get his hands on those two companies, it would not be out of hand for him to make gifts of that to them, that they will be more receptive to accepting it from him than they would be now. And he's building. I can't Devon, he's making good progress with him, because over the holiday he read Nate ass for Phil when they was when they ran into him at Society for Thanksgiving dinner. And he's also now firmly in Ashley's good books, basically. Because she really is, she's saying she's not buying it, but she's buying this bullshit. He's firmly in Ashley's good books. And as this mess, and Jack even tells her, if you're going against Diane, you're going against me, Ashley. That's where the Abbotts are right now. That's where Jack and Ashley are. That's not a good place for them.
Yeah, because Ashley don't care. She gonna go up against Jack. Period. That's what she gonna do.
Because the last time they were in a place like this is when they were fighting over who was supposed to run Jabot. Those fights do not end well. So
Kyle was dragged into it. Kyle got real thirsty for Driven. That's what I wouldn't mind seeing. Kyle pulled back away from all this romance stuff and get him back out there hungry for power and wanting to run Jabot himself.
Well, see, that would make sense if he hadn't given up his spot at Jabot to go work for this damn Marchetti mess, but I guess we're going to see how that flip out. So that part of the story is starting to heat up slowly, but we're making progress.
Because if Tucker buys Chancellor Winters and Jabot, those companies could essentially go back to being separate.
Under McCall's, of course, under Tucker's company.
Well, that's crazy, because I'm hoping they untie all these mergers. It really is complicated, confusing, and it sounds dumb, to be honest. All these brand new company names and combinations. It's really stupid. I mean, honestly,
I don't want no more mergers, to be honest.
We got Brady Black, Gabby Sheep, Forrester Creations, Spectra Fashions, Newman Enterprises, Jabot Cosmetics, Lauren Fenmore. Why did they have to, and Chancellor, why did they have to go mixing up all these business names? It's silly. They need to bust that thing up and wide and separate these companies again. And let's get some inter-family dramas, where it is cross business and cross relationships. They really doing a lot with these mergers, and I'm turned off.
Well, it depends on the show, really. I will say that I think Young and the Restless kind of goes a little far sometimes because they don't really lay the groundwork for it as well as they should. So yeah, and also because it turns out that as far as the Chancellor Winters merge is concerned, it's a disaster at this point. It's a complete disaster. And there's nothing else that anybody can do to not make it a disaster. It's a disaster. It's a done deal, though, and not everybody's just stuck with each other. So, what I will say though is, oh, Daniel. So Daniel came. So Daniel's back, and he let Summer know that he had come up with the idea for what he wants to do. And so he made a pitch to Devon and Lily. Oh, by the way, Devon went full disclosure with Lily and told her the truth about what happened with him and Amanda. And he was just like, what? You wait. What happened? Chance and Amanda caught y'all well?
Right.
Is Devon and Abby still sleeping together?
Not quite, but on tomorrow's show, they come very, very close to kissing. So yeah, Chance's initial decision to end this marriage is proving to be absolutely 100% the right decision. This marriage is over, and the only person fighting is Abby. I will say what I don't like, what we're gonna see tomorrow, is that Chance decides to do Abby a solid, and he does not disclose to Victor what really happened and why their marriage is over. He just takes the blame.
Oh man, so they really gonna deny y'all the drama of Victor busting a coronary because his baby girl busted it wide open for another for somebody and her husband child.
See, because here's the thing.
And did that, he ain't got but two.
See, here's the thing. Secrets don't stay secrets if they get spread out. Phyllis Summers knows the truth. So yeah, this secret ain't gonna stay under wraps. There was a very specific reason Amanda told Phyllis the truth. Now Lily will not run in the streets and tell her brother's business. She's not gonna do that. Phyllis don't give a shit, and she already on wild card edge because she looking to punch Diane's ticket. So I have no doubt she has a problem trying to punch Devon's and Abby's at the same time too for screwing her girl Amanda over. So put a pin in that. That mess is gonna come out.
Oh, girl, not just that. Abby slept with Summer's husband too.
Exactly.
Austin Travers.
Mm-hmm. So let Phyllis be gossiping with her daughter and tell her, girl, that disgusting ass auntie of yours screwed Amanda's man. What? Yes, indeed.
So, Abby also slept with Sharon boyfriend. What was his name?
Arturo?
No, the one Lauren's son. Was it Lauren's son? Scotty?
Lauren had two sons, Scotty and Finn.
Scotty.
Sharon was dating Scotty?
Yes.
When did Sharon date Scotty? I must have blocked that shit out.
How in the hell? And y'all don't remember when Scotty and Abby got caught in some kind of something, doing something and had sex? Y'all got to be kidding me. Who over there?
I probably blocked it out.
Remembers?
I think Stefan does.
Sharon and Scotty. Yeah.
Yeah, Stefan and Amaya remember it.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
And so,
it might have been in my dark
slept
years.
With Sharon, old man. Abby slept with Summer's husband. She just not slept with Amanda's old man. Abby been hoeing for a long time. She's young, but she got around Hunty. Abby gets around Hunty. And didn't she sleep with one of Victoria's old men? Yep. What was his name? Dylan? No. What was his name?
Dylan McAvoy?
No, not Dylan. What was his name? Somebody just said it.
He was with Stitch.
Stitch. That's right.
That was her mama's boyfriend. That was her mama's man.
No. That was Victoria's man.
Well, Stitch was involved with Ashley too.
Yes, he didn't have sex with Ashley, but him and Ashley had a emotional affair, but they never had sex. But he was dicking down Victoria, and I think living with Victoria and Victoria kids when Abby slept with him. Abby slept with her sister boyfriend. Abby done slept with. Let me tell you something. We need to um, we need to reconvene at a point in time to count up all the men that Abby done slept with that wasn't hers.
Yeah,
Girl,
we're gonna have to go over Abby body count.
Abby's got bodies, honey. She's got bodies. She got a mass grave somewhere of bodies.
So yeah, so Chance may have managed to spare Abby's reputation. For now, that is not going to, with Phyllis being the one who knows, that shit is not going to stay. What else did we have? Oh, first of all, yeah. Now that Daniel then brought his little cute ass back home, Lily and Billy is on borrowed time, and I do mean borrowed time. Their time is more borrowed than Sarah and Xander's is on Days of Our Lives.
I don't even care about them either. I'm gonna be real.
That's how. I mean, well, one, I'm ready. I'm just ready for it to be done because I don't like either one of the characters that much. So them being together really didn't, chaff me one way or another. It's like you get on my nerves and you get on my nerves. So the two of y'all be in the scenes together. I could fast forward y'all
Fast
together.
forward.
Hallelujah.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
that's a win. I love when characters I don't like get together because it means I can skip you both at the same time. But now it's aggravating because all Lily does is get on Billy about how distracted he is with this whole mess with Chelsea, and Billy is disgusted with Lily for not being more supportive, etc., etc. It's like, okay, it's like when Daniel showed up in society and Lily got that big Kool-Aid smile on her face. It's like the two of y'all only smile when you're with other people. That means you're done. If you're with someone and you can't never crack a smile in their presence, and you're only happy when you're with people other than them, your relationship is toast. Y'all need to let this go.
Toxic.
Exactly.
You can say that again. So I can't wait for Abby and Devon. I can't wait for you to tell me when Abby and Devon cross that line again. But they both single now. So
yeah, technically they are. I mean, the divorce hasn't been filed for yet. Though like I said, I'm waiting for Abby to go live herself wherever the hell it is she gonna live, rather than be in Chancellor Mansion, because that's crazy shit. That the Chancellor living somewhere else, and the Abbott Newman Carlton, whatever the hell she is just kicking back on Catherine damn couch. Yeah, let's switch that up.
So is Chance gonna get the house when they get divorced?
He should. I don't know how the hell Abigail could get it. First of all, she don't need it. She got money, and she could be at the ranch with her daddy, or she could be at the Abbott mansion with her pa if she don't want to stay by herself.
Cause I'm trying to see something.
well, Abby
Got
stay
everywhere
at
in the world
the
to be.
Abbott mansion. I don't understand. Yeah, Abby always stayed at the. That's one thing I like about the Abbotts. They have a home, and that's the Abbott mansion. Abby better take her ass home.
So I mean,
Cal and Summer and Cookie Monster that now probably ain't got no more extra rooms.
No, they got enough room for Abby. She got her own room there. Listen, y'all hear me? I am an Abbott.
well, she can go home to her mama house, to her mama people house. Damn it!
I'm a whole goddamn Abbott. I love Jack's dirty draws, and I love it when he dirty, when he's doing evil stuff, trying to best Victor. I always love it when he's doing that. He's so romantic. Tracy is the best auntie ever. And Ashley is the cool aunt. She's beautiful. I do not like Abby. That's the one relative that you got to love because she's a relative, but you can't stand her ass. That's Abby for me. And Billy, you can't take him seriously at all for no reason ever. Nothing. Nada.
And
As fuck.
Oh, exactly. And I think the last bit is mostly about Nick, Sally, and Adam. Adam proposing to Sally while he was, a little tied up. She, of course, turned him down. But the fact of the matter is, Nick Newman is about to get cheated on, and I'm here for it. Because Nick been spent his whole life cheating on everybody else, so it's about time a woman cheat on his ass anyway.
I'm gonna want Sally pregnant, period. I need Sally Spectra. I'm gonna need Sally Spectra to have an heir, and I want it to have Newman descent, period. I need it.
I have to wonder. I mean, because my thing is this: if Abby don't turn up pregnant by Christmas, then I'm just not gonna hope for Josh Griffin to let anybody get unexpectedly pregnant, because we already missed the bullet twice with Elena, and then if Abby don't get pregnant from sleeping with Devon on the funny side like that, Josh Griffin is just allergic to babies.
I'm mad
That's
because Elena didn't get pregnant.
me too. Still, even though from what I hear about tomorrow, we Victoria's plan to lure Nate in is gonna really start to amp up. So it's on, like I said, it's a matter of time before Elena take her ass to Newman to go see her man and find him getting rolled on that couch in the Newman
By
media
Victoria.
office. It's coming. Yep.
You know, Victoria's another little thought pocket. You know, she done been all over town too.
And she
And
about
she
to
got a
be
little
under
thing
Nate
with
ass
strangers
over
in
it.
bars. She like the strangers in bars.
She about to be under him, over him, and Elena gonna look like the stupidest fool God let through the door for taking his ass back.
Especially when Devon was like, "Girl, I don't know that about my cousin. You might need to watch your back because I don't trust that dude no more." She was like, "You boys just need to get it together."
Mm-mm.
I never did like Elena.
I liked Elena with Devon until they decided to mess that up. But this shit with her and Nate, I have not been. It's been blowing me. I have not felt it from start. And then after all of that, the part that kicks me out is that all of this happened because Nate got his ego blew up by Imani, and nothing ain't changed. That's just Victoria blowing up his ego. Same problem, different chick.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
Amani is Monty gone? Is she off the show?
I
Well,
don't.
I don't see
I'm
why she would
assuming
if
so.
Amanda's gone, because Amanda's out.
Yeah.
Michelle is completely gone. She ain't recurring nothing. She gone, right?
Yeah, we'll never see Imani again. So
No.
might as well stick with Elena because who else? They get rid of all the black women on the show. What we gonna be
That's what
down?
I was about to say. And they don't want to. Clearly, they don't want them to procreate either.
Mm-mm. So
Well,
we gonna see.
we're gonna have to pick this up tomorrow, I think, and finish it.
Yes, I can't wait to get
Yes,
on
we
days
have.
in the morning, y'all.
I know. I need one. I need them to pick back up with EJ hallucinating. I need
I need
Wendy
Johnny and
and
Wendy back.
Johnny back from Jakarta, and I sure as hell need Eric and Jada in this Nicole situation chugging on forward.
Facts. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow night, same time.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thank you guys so much for being here. My YouTube crew, everybody that sticks with us. I think Louisa already went to bed. But thank you guys for sticking with us, and we will see you tomorrow night at 7.
Good night,
Yes,
everybody.
ma'am. Y'all have a good one.
Night.